start 5 spirits on that one woman.
Shout out to Lower Ninth Ward for that video. And herein lies a microcosm of why men, black men especially, do not like going to church. Because it's like going to a party, and when you go to the party and you take your woman to a party or whatever the case may be, and your friends are having so much conversation with them and they've basically said nothing to you. Or you look over in the corner and you catch your girl standing in the corner talking to some other dude at a party that you took her to. That's what it feels like to go to church in these days and times. Because unfortunately, the church folk, people who run the churches, people who are on stage, and people who preach, they typically preach to the more susceptible demographic. Because what he said is true about very few men. What he said is true about most women. You are, as women, probably 1,000 more times likely to be treated as an individual dealing with a man, as we are to be treated as an individual. You want to know how I know? What is within the first 3 things that you want to talk about on a first date? What happened to your last relationship? Whereas the majority of you women out there have no idea what happened in that man's last relationship. A lot of people in these positions are the original panderers, because they tell you exactly what you want to hear. Let's not forget about your dating philosophies. Have fun while you're young, then settle down later. Date them all, sis. And my personal favorite, what the culture likes to do, is you sit around in your female circle, you have a conversation about somebody's relationship, and the only answer is, girl, you should leave them. You can have anybody you want. Comparison and competition. You want me to compete against your past. You want me to compete against your present. If you're dealing with a bunch of dudes, you want the man that is in your life currently to compete against your past, to be able to be the perfect person compared to you, taking one characteristic, the best characteristic from each one of the individuals that you've dated, telling the guy who's in your present, yo, this is what I'm used to. Surpass it. Essentially and eventually expecting one man to be even better than the perfect person. Meanwhile, if you know that we keep our shit bottled in and we don't talk to you, we're not talking to you about our past relationships, we're not holding you to a standard or whatever the case may be, and if we did, we learn and we move on from that pretty early on. In the case that you are dating multiple dudes at the same time, you're looking, or your best case scenario, your intentions is to pick the best one of the bunch. Unfortunately, because you're dating so many of them, that you don't really have a chance to actually get the purity of heart and the purity of mind of any one of them. So much so that you may even take some characteristics from one dude and place them with another dude who doesn't even have those characteristics. You lose track of the characteristics by having all of these different entities around you. Even if your man is cheating on you, your man is dealing with someone who has something that you don't, or they're doing something that you won't. Whereas, generally speaking, when you cheat, you're dealing with someone who's doing something that your man can't. Our nature dictates that he should be talking to you because that's who you are, not talking to you because that's what you need to look out for. Even if we're dealing with multiple people, multiple women, you get credit for what you do. He's still going to treat you as an individual. Talking about soul ties, let's not forget that men make entry and make deposits into you. That's what he was talking about. He was talking about soul ties. I don't know how many times and how many different ways I could tell y'all that true love comes out of people who tell you whatever it is that you need to know, not what you want to hear. God bless. Show. Oh.